Why hello there, this is the Cassette Master, and welcome to my video. This video is called At My Desk 3, shot at my desk in my bedroom. And today, we're going to be showing some more vintage and modern mechanical pencils. Oh. Excuse me. First, we will be showing some old Scripto mechanical pencils. Now, these are very special mechanical pencils. Many of you all may remember Scripto from years ago, and they always made classic pencils such as this one right here. This is the most common style of Scripto pencil. They came in a variety of different colors. This is a clear blue one here. The eraser's dried up with age, but it does work. Not the eraser, but the actual pencil. It uses 1.1 millimeter lead, as you can see right there. Very nice mechanical pencil. Next on our Scripto set is a shorter version of the Scripto. This one says J.A. Riggs Tractor Company, Caterpillar. Also, it looks like there's some old paint on this. Probably was originally used by an artist. I had got this one at an estate sale, and at that estate sale where I found this pencil was a lot of art-related material, so it must be a paint dripping from the artist. It also sports a 1.1 millimeter lead. For this one, though, for some reason I have to push it back in manually after twisting it back. Probably a broken lead stuck on the lead catch. These are very nice and classic Scripto pencils, and are always a favorite amongst pencil lovers. Next are these circa 1984. I don't know for sure. I'm thinking around 1984, because these ones are made in Japan, where these two are made in the United States. These two are made in Japan, and this one here is made in Mexico. Now first I'll show you the red one, because it's complete, except that this isn't the original eraser. This is an old Pentel eraser I stuck on here. This is a classic Scripto mechanical pencil. It uses 0.5 millimeter lead. Look at the style of the club. Very special. The grip as well. I don't know why you can see all that. I want to show you where the lead clicks out. 0.5 millimeter Scripto pencil, and you can see right there where it says 0.5 millimeter, and it's interesting because it's M/M, made Japan. Now this pencil is a blue version and slightly damaged. You can see there's a crack right there and a little dimple right there, but it does not affect operation of the pencil. Also made in Japan, and you can see a little bit more, perhaps, the 0.5 millimeter marking. Now, I don't know how well you can notice it on the video. It doesn't seem like it's that visible on the video itself. It looks a lot easier to locate with the naked eye. But this particular eraser holder on this pencil is not original. I found these two pencils being sold at a place called the Black Hole in New Mexico. They were selling a bunch of old equipment and stuff that was at Los Alamos Laboratories. I got many recorders there, and also a number of mechanical pencils. These, and this one, amongst that bunch. This one had its whole pencil except the eraser was gone. This one had its whole pencil except this whole upper section here, like that, was missing. It was a very sad sight indeed. I could not find if that upper thing was lying amongst in a thing full of old pencils. A lot of were just pens and wooden pencils. So only a few mechanical pencils amongst the bunch. But I was able to restore it. Sometime during the course of last summer, the summer of 2013, I restored this mechanical pencil. But where do you think I got this clip section, this end section from? Well, the answer might surprise you. Here's a classic Bic 0.9mm mechanical pencil made in Mexico. One of the typical modern day Bic pencils, which has the lead easily get pushed back inside whenever you try to write with it. The top portion of it, which actually goes down almost the whole length of the pencil inside, is almost the same blue color as this mechanical pencil. Slightly darker though. So I had a junked one. Well, it was just like this, except the clip was partially broken off. As a matter of fact, I have the actual original pencil right here. The clip was broken off like that, and I already had this one, and it was one of those cheapy Bics. So I decided to harvest it as a parts pencil. I pulled hard enough to yank out this entire piece. And then I had a blade, a little knife. I attached this long piece onto a drill, and while I was spinning, I would rest the knife up against it and was able to cut off a section. Now the section was too thick to fit into this pencil hole, and it also would not catch onto the actual lead holding area inside. So I had to get a file, and while it was running on the drill, I'd use a file to file it down to make the the part that goes in the pencil thinner. After filing it down a while and trial and error until I got it to fit, I finally wrapped electrical tape around the lead holding section on the pencil and got a tiny piece of one of those switch lead pencils where you take a little piece out of the end if it gets dull and push it into the top, and it pushes a new one in, similar to the design of this eraser here where you stick it in like that. I'm sure many of you have, this one's gone, but I'm sure many of you have seen that kind of pencil before. I got that one of those lead holding things from one of those pencils and cut a small section of that plastic off, and I stuffed it into the inside of this Bic pencil holder to add just enough spacing where the eraser would push against it. So if you push on the eraser, it will push the lead out fine, and I was able to restore this pencil. I'm very happy with that accomplishment. And finally, we have the Scripto yellow pencil, 0.7mm, made in Mexico. This is a classic pencil, likely aimed at the school children's market. This isn't the original eraser. I took the eraser off of a wooden pencil. But I would imagine the original probably was this color. It seems to go nice with the coloration of this yellow pencil, which no doubt was aimed at the children's market, probably in the late 1980s or the early 1990s. It has an actual metal clip, and it's coated with a blue coating. And you can see the lead click out right there. It's got original lead in it, I believe, and it is squeaky. Next, I will demonstrate writing tests with these classic mechanical pencils. Of course, I'll be starting out a random note report. "12 the 27/13. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Excuse me for a second. Pretty nice pencil, writes well. And now let's try the short one here. And now next, we have the .5 pencil. And the other one. And now the yellow pencil, 0.7 millimeter. As you can hear, it has squeaky loud. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing those Scripto units. Next, I will be showing some more vintage mechanical pencils with lead sizes ranging from 0.9 millimeter to 1.1 millimeter lead. Here are another 6 various vintage mechanical pencils. This is a special and fancy looking old mechanical pencil. The name brand is unknown, but it has received a quote-unquote new eraser. This is an old eraser, but is a one that has not been used until I got a hold of it. As a matter of fact, the black hole that I mentioned earlier, where I got some pencils, amongst all the different random pencil-related things, in the box of pencils there was some replacement erasers and such that didn't go to any of the pencils that actually were there. Whenever I got this pencil on November 22nd of this year, 2013, I was surprised to find that one of the pencil erasers from the black hole happened to be the replacement eraser for this particular pencil. I got this pencil at a flea market in Conway, Arkansas. It uses 0.9 millimeter lead. Unfortunately, there is a crack on the barrel. I don't know how well you can see said crack. Try to zoom in some. Right there. Right there you can see a slight crack along the barrel. But it was already there when I got it. And it still is functional. Next is this old Auto Point mechanical pencil. I turned the eraser upside down, and this part is still surprisingly soft. The other end was flat and old. Made in the USA. It uses 0.9 millimeter lead. It was got at the same flea market as this mechanical pencil here. There's a better view of the Auto Point unit. I really like the old Auto Point pencils. They're amongst my favorite of the vintage mechanical pencil brands. Unfortunately, there is a slight cosmetic deal here. It was already like that when I got it. Then, from the same flea market I got these two at, is a very old Ready Point mechanical pencil. You may not be able to see that very well because of slight rust on or just oldness on the clip. But it's quite an interesting old pencil for daily service to the Ozarks via CES Truck Line Incorporated. Faster than rail, regular as mail. And if you pop this side off, being careful to hold down the bottom part so you don't pull the mechanism out. I actually had to fix this pencil. Part of it was jammed. I had to bend some metal back into place, and then it worked fine. The old eraser, which is of course dried up with age. And it sports 1.1 millimeter lead. It used to not work at all, and then it was very unreliable when I first tried fixing it, but then I finally found the problem for sure, and I finally got it working good. Now it's a pretty decent pencil. 1.1 millimeter. Next is this old Quick Point mechanical pencil. At first glance you might think it's in really good condition, but unfortunately though, if you look at this side of the clip, you can see the condition is pretty bad. I actually did a lot of cleaning already to the clip with alcohol and Q-tips, and still there's old rust and just problems there, and even the chrome is kind of coming off in some places, I think. It's an unfortunate scene. But it was really gunky and just nasty when I first got it at the same flea market as those other three that I just showed. It's a Quick Point pencil made in St. Louis, Missouri. R.A. Young & Son Incorporated is on the pencil. And it sports 1.1 millimeter lead. The other side could be pulled off to reveal a small pin tip, which is probably dried up. But this section here would not hold on to the pencil firmly at all, almost would just slip right off. So I got an old piece of pencil eraser and kind of meshed the eraser in there as a rubber friction piece to hold that in there strong, so I don't want to take it off now to show the pin section. Of course, I'm not into pens. I'm into pencils. Why use a pen when you have a pencil? And then, the stick. This is very special. It's in very good condition, and I believe it's probably from the 1950s, probably around 1952. A very old mechanical pencil. I don't know how well you can see it, though. It says Stick, S-T-I-K, made in the U.S. patent number, just for those curious. I'll read it off. 2503076. Is that a 3 or is that an 8? I think it's a... maybe it is an 8. Anyway, maybe it's 250807. Or actually, it's a 5 at the end. I think it's 2508075. It's kind of hard to tell. I mean, I probably couldn't get it to show good enough on the video. I could try. Yeah, maybe it is 2508075. It's a very special old pencil. Looks to be gold plated on the end. 1.1 millimeter lead. And one interesting thing about this particular model pencil is it has a magnet inside it. If I get light shining through it, you can kind of see a dark section here. I believe it's right there is where the magnet is. So if I get one of these pencils, such as this one right here with the metal clip, it likes to stick to the pencil. Because of the magnet. The idea is that you can just simply stick this against your refrigerator and it will stay there ready for use. Very nice pencil. Very innovative, thoughtful design. Now, this next one here is the Arnold mechanical pencil, also made in the US. At first glance, one might think it's a pen, because this thing at the top looks like what you push down to get the ink thingy out. But actually, that pusher downer part is actually just stays like that. It's only for the looks. It does not actually push inside. It's actually a twist type 1.1 millimeter mechanical pencil. I got this one at the Black Hole. It's a very interesting old pencil. Very nice. Writes well, nice and dark with its 1.1 millimeter lead. And now, without further ado, will be some writing tests. Quite soon. Now the auto point. Let me turn on this light. Every time I zoom, when the camera's like this, I always zoom it the wrong way first. It's extremely annoying. Ready point pencil. Now the quick point. Quick point pencil. Yeah. The old stick pencil, very nice. Now you notice my writing is kind of angled. Kind of weird in some ways. Let me show you the reason why. This paper is sideways because of the amount of room on my desk for me to place my tripod. So while I'm right here sitting and I'm facing forward like this, the desk has the paper sideways so it looks right side up on the screen, the TV screen or the YouTube video screen. So I have to like kind of, I have to basically write sideways. That's why my writing looks a little funny and angled. It would have been a lot easier if it was facing the other way, because sometimes I write sideways like that, but not normally like that, so kind of that's if you're wondering why it looked kind of funny, that's why. Next, we will be showing some more modern mechanical pencils. Now the range of lead sizes here is a little more drastic. Before we had 0.9 millimeter to 1.1 millimeter lead. But now we have 0.4 millimeter. I'm not saying wrong. A lot of you out there know that there's 0.3. And of course everyone knows 0.5, 0.7, and 0.9, and a few know 1.1. But there is also a lead size 0.4. Not so well known. There's also one that I think a number of people know about, which is 1.3. But 0.4 is the more odd lead size that is not as common. So the next batch of pencils are modern ones ranging from 0.4 to 0.5 and then 0.9 and then 1.3 millimeter lead. This is a very special batch of mechanical pencils. First, I'll be showing this model right here. This is could be considered a military pencil. This is a model pencil given to people in the military. It's a skill craft. It was actually given to me as a gift by someone who is in the military. And 0.9 millimeter. It's a more modern pencil, but it probably has been in production for a number of years, and I really like this one. Very well made, an American made, I believe, mechanical pencil. It doesn't say USA on it, but I saw on the internet this same model pencil, except it had a black eraser, but it was the same pencil. It was called the American Classic. And very, very firm click to it. Very firm, very solid click for the 0.9 millimeter lead. That one's a little on the short side. Let me break through another lead. Click it out farther now. It's a very well made pencil. I just want to show that close up because it's really nice. It's a very nice mechanical pencil. Next is the Pentel Jolt mechanical pencil, AS3050C. It's 0.5 millimeter. This is the eraser, but is also like a cosmetic piece of the pencil. It is an odd eraser shape, not a standard eraser shape. I'm very sorry because the picture commonly blurs, and that's a very irritating thing. But you notice inside, this thing goes back and forth depending on the position I position it in. And couple that with the fact that this Chinese-made pencil is called the Jolt. Well, it's a shaker type pencil, but not entirely a shaker. When you first push out the lead in normal clicking mode, it pushes out a little sleeve, and then the lead will click out. If you want to use it in shaker mode, you have to have the sleeve first out. Then you can go about your shaking business, and it will shake the lead out, as seen here. If you were to try to shake it from the get-go and you didn't have the sleeve out first, you'd shake it and you just have lead out without the sleeve, which is a big no-no. So you have to click it and then shake it. So basically you click it out first, your lead gets a little close to the thing or it breaks, just shake it some more and voila, there you go. It's a very interestingly styled mechanical pencil. I think I got this one for a discount at the college bookstore. Normally they would cost more, but when I went that particular day and got this pencil, a lot of the pencils, including the big AI series, which normally was a lot more money, were all cheaper that day, which was nice. Next on the list is the Paper Mate Precision, bought at Staples Office Supply Store. It came in a 2-pack and came with extra leads and refill erasers, which are these little doodads like that. I don't like taking the clip, the cap off of this one, because I have to turn it around until it gets in a good a good holding way. If I have it turned around the wrong way, it can slip out a little too easily, and I don't like that because I don't ever want to lose. I don't like losing caps on these. I do whatever I can not to lose the caps. It's got a nice metal clip and an interesting rubber grip. The white spots are plastic of the pencil body, whereas the gray is the rubber grip. It's an interesting style, interesting way of doing the grip. Kind of disappointingly, the clutch mechanism is plastic based. I don't think entirely plastic. Let me take, I screwed it in there really tightly, never mind. I think it's a plastic lead holding with a metal ring around it, so at least it holds the lead on strong enough for regular use. If you push hard enough, it will go back in, but you have to push pretty hard to do that. It uses 0.5 millimeter lead. It does seem to click the lead out a lot per click though, but it does have a good sensory input while writing, and ultimately is a nice pencil. I do enjoy using it. Interesting shape and style, of course. Mechanical pencil. This model is undoubtedly made in China, as are most modern mechanical pencils. Well, most of, I guess, the cheaper ones, because a lot of the good Pentels are made in Japan, such as this one right here. This is a very interesting mechanical pencil. Now these two I ordered online from Jet Pens. These pencils are the ones that use 0.4 millimeter lead. This is the Graph 1000, not to be confused with the very similarly named Graph Gear 1000. This is the Graph 1000. PG1004, of course, made in Japan. It is 0.4 millimeter. There's the old eraser. Metal clip here, plastic body here, and then metal around with rubber things sticking out for the grip. Like we have some LGS right there. LGS is liquid grip syndrome. Sometimes my pencils in storage, for some reason around the rubber grip of some pencils, will some weird liquid will appear on the grip for some reason. I wipe it right off, but I don't know why that happens. I don't know if it traps moisture or what, but it's really weird. If anyone can explain that phenomenon, please do. And look, oh look at the 0.4 millimeter lead. Not as easy to break as 0.3, but nice and thinner than 0.5. Let's do a direct comparison between 0.4 and 0.5 thickness visually. I don't know why, but now it's not clicking out the lead, and this is not good news. I don't know why it's doing that. No wonder, it's way too short. I need to break in a new piece of lead. There we go. All of a sudden, 0.5 looks like it's a thick lead when you compare it to 0.4. You can see a slight difference in lead thickness between the two pencils. On the left is the Precision, and on the right is the Graph 1000. Now, Mitsubishi is a company known for making cars. Also, they made television sets and some things like that. But mainly, you see the Mitsubishi name when it comes to cars. But how often do you see Mitsubishi on a mechanical pencil? Well, this is a Mitsubishi mechanical pencil. This one also is 0.4 millimeter lead. You can see at the end there, it says 0.4. Actually, I apologize because you actually just cannot see it on the video. You can somewhat see here now where it says 0.4 at the edge of the cap, stamped in there. And you also see, interestingly, it has a blue eraser. Unfortunately, there was very slight cosmetic scratching right there. I don't know if it was during shipping or already on the pencil before it shipped, but it was like that when I got it. Very minor though. HB lead is loaded, but you can move that around to show what lead you have inside the pencil. And there's the tip there. Look at that. Mitsubishi Uni 0.4 M4-552, made in Japan. And of course, click out, it's 0.4 millimeter lead. Very special mechanical pencil. Last, oh, but let me not confuse you with least, and I see a chemtrail in the sky, is the Paper Mate 1.3 millimeter number 2 mechanical pencil. Triangular type pencil, complete with blurry picture. I hate blurry picture. Is this special pencil aimed at the children's market for elementary school use. It came in a pack of several colored mechanical pencils, and into my official collection box I put the orange one because it was most closely colored to a typical wooden pencil Here are the other colors right here. For some reason, though, each pencil only has one lead in it. There's room for more leads, but they only put one lead in each pencil. I guess they figured that 1.3 millimeter lead will last long enough. We don't need any more. Question is where can you easily buy 1.3 replacement lead? And the only reason why I bought this set of pencils was so I could have a regular non-colored 1.3 millimeter pencil. See, already I have a couple of 1.3s that my best friend Evan had back in the days of the second grade. They're Pentel 1.3 millimeter units, but they had a gold one and there's a silver one. But I wanted a 1.3 one that had standard graphite black lead, not gold or silver colored lead. So I got this set of 1.3 millimeter pencils here. They write bold and dark. Now, writing tests. Very nice. Erase your test. And then which was the next? Oh, yeah, the Jolt. The Pentel Jolt. And now, which was the next on the list, the Papermate Precision. Again, you can see my writing looks kind of funny because I'm basically having to write sideways. And now, the 0.4 millimeter pencil. The Pentel PG 1004. The Graph 1000 for Pro. Broke the lead. See, it's you know, a thin lead, you know. Okay, here we go. It's breaking very easily. Actually, this seems to be. Here we go. Look at that. Look how nice that is. Now let me just write really small here. Big again. Very nice. Very, very nice. I really like that 0.4. Now, let's go for the other 0.4 one by Mitsubishi. Let me make sure I spell it right. Mitsubishi. I'm gonna cross my 0 to differentiate it from an O. One common thing to do in computer, like digital related classes with a lot of 1s and 0s, binary numbers, is cross zeros. Of course, I'm not crossing them as well as I normally do. I normally do it like that. It's just that it looks like that because my trying to write sideways. Here's where the fun begins. Directly comparing the thickness of, the thinness of 0.4 to the thickness of 1.3. Look how thick that is. Big difference between that and 0.4. Yeah, you can directly compare. You got 0.9 millimeter right here. You got 0.5 millimeter right here. 0.4 millimeter right here. And 1.3 millimeter right here. So you can do some pretty. And you got 1.1 right here, although it's not written in its full way. It was written at an angle, so it's not. It wasn't like its full width, but you can basically tell some of the differences there. So yeah. Lukewarm coffee. What used to be warm is now lukewarm. I hope you enjoyed this video presentation of At My Desk 3, showing some more interesting mechanical pencils. To some people out there, they might think, who would ever watch such a boring, stupid video? But others, perhaps a person who has a disease known as pencillus disease, or even the temporary condition known as pencilitis, may find it interesting. I myself have had pencillus disease since 1998 when I first contracted it. It's a chronic disease, I'm afraid, and if any of you are out there wondering what pencillus disease is, it's a love and enthusiasm for pencils. It can be wooden pencils, it can be mechanical pencils. For me, it's mechanical pencils. It's pencillus disease. I've been into mechanical pencils ever since I was 7 in 1998, which was the very year I also got into electronics, and which was the very year also that I first made recordings on tape. So basically, the seeds were sown for the tape recorder interest. The electronic interest would start, which that is also connected to the tape recorder interest, and the pencil interest all came that same year, 1998. Late 1998, I'm gonna add. This video was recorded with the Sony SL-5000 Betamax VCR. The speed, likely Beta 2. But due to my desktop computer having been unable to turn on properly since the end of May and the beginning of June, that is the weekend of the trip I took to New Mexico, I will not be able to put this onto the capture card at least anytime soon. Therefore, if this video gets uploaded, it will probably be uploaded quite a while since its actual making, likely in 2014, even though this video was shot on the 27th of December 2013, with only a few days left to the entire year. And I gotta say, this year has gone by really fast, and this school semester has gone by rocket fast. My goodness, I remember when it was like the first day, and when the first day was recent. You're always starting on those beginning pages. It's always like you're doing things for the first time, and it's like, it's so early, and then finally, it's like boom, 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 and then boom, Christmas break already. And then as a Christmas gift, I get the common cold. And if it weren't for that cold giving me a low voice, I wouldn't have made this video. So it's the low voice that makes me like to do the At My Desk productions. Anyway, I just hope you enjoyed this video. As you can see also, in comparison to my last 2 At My Desk production videos, my desk used to be sitting in this location, and my TV on this baby changing table. Yes, this is a baby changing table. Me and my brother had our diapers changed on this very table when we were babies. This changing table with the television used to be over here where the desk is now, by the window. And of course, I went through all the trouble to move it during the summer after I got back from New Mexico because, well, really, the TV was all stacked up high. It had stereos on top and stuff, and it was blocking the sunlight, and I love sunlight. So in the name of sunlight, I went through an extreme amount of trouble to move these things around, which is a whole lot of trouble. But it was worth it. Although there are slight blockers here, such as the U-Her, well, not just the U-Her, you got this shelf on here on top of these speakers. And then you got the Grundig TK6 in its resting place there. And these things here, still a lot of sunlight comes through and you can actually see outside. Where the chemtrail I mentioned in the past is no longer there. It looked like a chemtrail, and I thought it would be funny to mention it on the video, but it was somewhere up there. I looked out the window and saw it there and thought I'd mention it on the video. And then here we got a very special archive of Evan Rogers recordings. Recordings of my best friend Evan. Oh, we got all the way one that has Evan in it, amongst many others, at the Youth Jam on April 6th, 2006. Then we got some recordings from school from October 12th, 2006. Then we got some stuff from 2007. We got some stuff from 2008, 2009. I mean, it's kind of special, this whole kit here. I decided I wanted to categorize a lot of the tapes that I had that had Evan. I still haven't found all of them. This one will soon be put into it. This has some recordings of Evan on it as well. It was done on the talking book machine, the General Electric 3-5194A 1516 4-track mono. Matter of fact, I could play you a snippet right now.
Going up building, skateboarding, music, He-Man, Elijah, all the fascination. Dreams will always fascinate.
And of course we got more down here. This is the one that was uploaded, which actually got broadcasted on the radio by by another YouTuber. I uploaded this to YouTube, and it was a talk me and Evan did on mechanical pencils January 1st of this year, 2013, and it was recorded on the Audiotronics Model 148B, and one of the YouTubers decided, hey, could I broadcast this on a radio station at 4 in the morning? And I said, yeah. And it was literally broadcasted on a radio station. And there it is. We just got a lot of special stuff. This one here, music, band, school, talk, random notes, 5 to 22, 13. This particular tape here actually is a copied cassette, because all the recordings I did for this particular one were originally recorded on the UHER 4000 Report S, and then I transferred them to cassette so I could have them included in this archive. And I even recorded Evan on 32-line video, did slow scan TV of Evan. And then once this tape is filled up, it will be put in its case, and it will be the next one up there. It's very likely that this one will have the transfer between 2013 to 2014 recorded on it somewhere. Right now it's somewhere on side 3, so I still got a little more than an hour to record on this tape. Okay, this video is long enough. Hope you enjoyed it. Bye.